Industry invaders. You know who it is, your boy Cam 1111, the YouTube's Rookie of the Year, and I'm back with an absolute banger. I know I'm late. I got to get y'all an update on my scorecard, the update on dissecting these records. A lot has happened. K-Dot dropped 2 more times. I already know. Make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new. How Kendrick Lamar and Drake just changed hip-hop forever. Let's get it.
Kendrick Lamar and Drake just stopped
Happy
the
Monday.
entire hip-hop
I got a ton of videos
world in a way
rolling
that
out
hasn't
today.
been seen in decades.
Let's go.
As they exchange some
Let's
of the
see how
most
these-
mind-boggling
even though-
diss tracks of not just their
If I'm being for real, I know how these two change hip hop's trajectory, especially going forward in the future. Definitely.
own careers, but in the entirety of rap's over 50-year history. And while
Oh,
it's
yeah.
undeniable that these two titans going head-to-head as they dropped entire records just minutes apart from each
Yeah,
other will go
most
down in
definitely.
history as an all-time legendary moment. What everybody is talking
This is
about
history
right
in the
now
making
is
right here.
who dropped the better musical nuke, and when you look at each song and see them for what they truly are, you'll find out that while both of these tracks are going to dominate the cultural spotlight for quite some time, only one is going to be remembered as
But if
a
I'm
true
being honest,
figure
y'all,
that didn't
with
just
that being said, though, y'all let me know, y'all. And I know I'm telling y'all, I got a ton of videos I'm rolling out today. So we just gonna be objective until we get up to that certain point. But y'all definitely let me know how y'all feel about how Kendrick was moving and how he moved as far as this battle. And also y'all let me know what y'all think about Drake. I think Drake has been solid, man. Drake has been solid. He has not made a misstep. He has not been ass.
When it comes to everything that just went down,
K-Dot is just not watching him.
It's safe to say that May 3rd, 2024 is gonna go down as one of the most memorable days in hip-hop history, as after
Most
Kendrick
definitely,
kicked things
most
off
definitely.
with a scathing diss track at Drake in the multi-layered, eye-opening 616 in LA. Drake
Yep.
fired back towards the end of the day with his response to both of Kendrick's recent diss tracks
Yeah.
with the cut Family Matters, and not even an hour after that, Kendrick came right back with his second diss track in a single day with the
Yeah, that's
cut
crazy.
Grams, and oh my
That's
god,
insane.
between the way Drake fired back and everything not just Kendrick Lamar, but all
Shout out
of
to
the
K-Dot,
artists
too.
dissing him have been saying to Kendrick's final response. I don't know if there's ever been more disses thrown out in such a small period of time, but
Yeah,
beyond
yeah.
the
Shout out
sheer
K-Dot, too, for
full-blown
responding,
punches
like,
being
actually
thrown, the weight of
engaging,
these attacks
actually
just
showing
took
up.
things to an entirely new place. And when it comes to bringing things to the next level, while Kendrick Lamar predicted that Drake was gonna take things into a nasty place, this didn't stop his diss track Family Matters from creating a
Nope.
storm of controversy, as from the video where he heavily trolls Kendrick to all the rappers he disses. This song showcased to us how Drake is handling being at the beef in this
And,
moment where the stakes are
let's ask the tough question. How y'all feel about Family Matters? Family Matters is actually a fucking banger. But we so shocked, we so surprised, we have a lot of mixed emotions, positive and negative for K-Dot, because K-Dot is actually fucking showing up. He's engaging. Like, it's like K-Dot, if we being real, y'all, and y'all just follow him, K-Dot has the entire West Coast with him, riding with him. Literally, like, it's like K-Dot is their last hope. And I know I hear a lot of people saying, oh, they don't fuck with us. Like LA people say, the world don't fuck with us, the country don't fuck with us. But bro, we love LA. All of our classic movies are majority filmed in LA. Like a lot of our icons and legends are in LA. Everybody moves to where? LA. We rock with LA. Y'all culture and music is something we just don't really gravitate towards. It's not like a worldly sound. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Y'all let me know if I'm making a mistake with
well,
that.
Drake's pen game here is not as layered, calculated, or as multifaceted.
Overall, bro,
as
I'm thinking
Kendrick's was on the
Drake is
disses
holding
that
his
he
own,
was
y'all.
waking up to.
Drake is
This
holding this
song
shit
has
down.
still lit a fire
I'm
in
not
the
mad at
hip-hop
none of
world.
it he
First
dropped.
off, responding back to Rick Ross and his diss track Champagne Moments, A$AP Rocky, who dissed Drake on Future and Metro Boomin's
Yeah,
second
yeah.
album, We Still Don't Trust You. And speaking of this project, Drake of course still comes at Future, Metro, and The Weeknd here, and while
As he
we are
should.
definitely here for the main event, as Drake clowns A$AP Rocky and flips back what he said to diss him and Rihanna. And then following this, ultimately shuts down any moves Rocky can make by
Yeah,
talking
but see,
about how he hardly
I'm not a
knows
fan of
music
this right
anymore.
here.
It's
Drake,
safe to
let
say
the
that
little
he
niggas go,
cruised
bro.
in this short of shape,
Like the
and his
Rockies,
disses for Rick Ross,
with all due
Metro, and
respect,
The
Rick Ross
Weeknd
not a
were
little nigga,
formidable.
but
Although I think this track makes
when it comes to
clear that
these
Drake
are
is either scared of
all-time
Future,
greats.
as maybe he knows something we don't, or he's still trying to save their relationship so they can collect
Definitely, because it
after
ain't,
all the
again,
tickets.
like I told y'all in the first ever vid, Drake and Future aren't really beefing. They're just not seeing eye to eye. And also, Metro hate Drake. And of course, Future gonna pick Metro over Drake. I already told you that. We already broke that down.
He really holds his
But
punches on him, but overall,
he ain't never dissed him yet, for real.
At 7 minutes and
But what
37
Pluto do?
seconds,
That's the
I
only
think
diss,
with Drake once again
real
spending
diss
so
he
much
put
time
out
dissing a
towards
rapper
Pluto.
who doesn't drop music, a singer, a producer, and also by sparing the person who started this all into Future. Despite how good some of these jabs may be, it seems like an overall odd thing to do here when you consider the fact that Kendrick just released over 9 minutes of material throwing straight dirt on your name, and when you really think about this song in the greater sense. From all these disses, which just feel like a way to pad out the runtime to the whole
I'm extremely impressed with K-Dot.
repeated multiple times, like
Extremely impressed. And a lot of us are.
It feels like a good portion of this record is just filler as a diss track, and it's really trying to offer spectacle over substance, and this is especially reflected in the fact that Drake literally made an entire music video for the track where he crushes the Good Kid, Mad City van.
Yeah, that's insane.
Is definitely hilarious, but I think the beef is beyond the point where Drake can rely on gimmicks and jokes like this to take a stance against Kendrick, and as this was something that Lamar clowned him directly for. It only seems like by doing this, Drake is only further validating everything his rivals said.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. That proves
the
his point.
catchy hooks, bridges, and all the name drops he makes. When Drake does go at Kendrick here, throughout all 3 of the track's sections, he is trying to shock everybody listening by revealing some major dirt on Kendrick, and there are some insane things that Drake says here.
Yeah, and that's not getting highlighted.
Kendrick already predicted that Drake was gonna make some outrageous claims about him. I think you gotta take everything he says with a grain of salt, because I don't think anybody thinks Drake is an inherently honest person, as he's lied in his disses before, such as when he said that he melted Pharrell's chains on Travis Scott's Meltdown, and here. When you look at the disses and just do some brief research, you'll quickly find out that a lot of what Drake is saying is just not true.
It's good rap cap. It's good rap cap.
Kendrick never giving back to his community. That's clearly a lie, as there are countless occasions of Kendrick investing back in the place he came from and beyond this. He says that Baby Keem is his ghostwriter, which again is easily proven not to be the case.
Yeah, that's good rap cap. Baby Keem ain't even a great rapper. He good though.
Kendrick has done reference tracks for Keem, where he's done tracks like 16 in addition to him. He's written and recorded references for SZA and even an MC like J-Rock. And out of all the people Drake could have tried to say right for Kendrick, as I think anybody with basic listening skills could tell you that the guy who wrote this definitely did not write this.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving into some water, Drake says that Kendrick urged Tupac's estate to send out a cease and desist.
Is that true though? Do we have paperwork on it?
Freestyle, and there is no evidence whatsoever to say that this is false. But even with that, this does not align with anything Kendrick has done up to this point, and with him making fun of Drake for trying to get a cease and desist on like that, it would just seem super hypocritical and out of character for Kendrick to do something like this, and even way crazier than this claim. Drake says that Kendrick's PG Lang co-founder Dave Free is the father of one of his kids, Henry Black.
That's insane.
When Drake says this in the first section of the song, you can see that he's playing with no rules from here on out, as this
now let me ask y'all this. All of this sparked from Drake. We just gonna say allegedly, but Drake was trying to get Kendrick on first person shooter, right? Absolutely, that song went #1. J. Cole's first #1, I believe. The song actually went #1. To me, I guess it's a good moment for All the Dogs, the album, but it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my top 3 on that album, but it went #1. You know, shout out to them boys. But Drake, Cole, and Kendrick on that record, I ain't even gonna lie. When I heard that news and did my research and found that out, I'm like, damn. But K-Dot also said in one of the diss records, he's like, yo, bro, I was surprised you reached out for a feature because you know we got hella shit to address for over 10 years of not seeing eye to eye, not really rocking with each other, hating on each other, or whatever the case may be, right? But that's just ironic. What if that shit actually comes out? Kendrick ain't do nothing. So that'd be crazy.
Kendrick's business and personal life, and even crazier than all this, Drake says something that could potentially change the way we see Kendrick as a whole, but to avoid any further detail because of guidelines, all I'm gonna say is that Drake claims that Kendrick has done some terrible things in his marriage, and while this would be beef-altering if it were true, at this current moment, there is no evidence whatsoever to back this up. And to add further context to everything, Kendrick was accused of being in a very similar situation in 2014. But
Yeah.
ultimately, he was deemed innocent, and he talked about this entire experience on the Breakfast Club interview with Charlamagne. While if this was true, this would put everything we know about Kendrick Lamar into
True.
question.
That is true.
There
That is
is
true.
nothing to prove this, and these actions don't align with anything he stands for whatsoever. And beyond this, a lot of the other jabs Drake makes are things that Kendrick has pointed out himself, such as that his father got robbed by his former TDE CEO. And does Drake think that he cracked something here? Because Kendrick made an entire song about this in Duckworth. And with so many other things
he
Drake
did.
says about Kendrick's marriage, Lamar already told us all of this on Mr. Morale.
That
So
is true.
overall, while Drake's disses did do a good job at giving him some momentum and creating sheer chaos,
But I want to
his
know.
claims seem like they
I want to know. What I want to really want to know, y'all. I want to know why Drake don't respect Kendrick, and why Kendrick. I know why Kendrick don't respect Drake. You know, but I want to know why Drake had those same sentiments. Like, why Drake don't fuck with him outside of he'll say Kendrick started it or Kendrick stopped fucking with him first. Well, that was the real reason. But to sum it up for y'all, though, I know why Kendrick don't fuck with Drake. K-Dot don't fuck with Drake because simple is the fact that Kendrick is a substance guy, a substance man, a content. You know, he gonna give you a sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, or mayonnaise if you want mustard. But like, he's that guy, and Kendrick feel Drake is the guy who just give you bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's no substance, and that's one of my harsh critiques on Drake. Fool, your albums, you're never saying anything ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no takeaways. For All the Dogs, again, I just go back to the For All the Dogs, what's your takeaways? Her Loss, what's your takeaway? Honestly, never mind. What is your takeaway? You know what I'm saying? So that's just your last 3-piece. You've been doing this for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know how y'all feeling about Kendrick, Drake, these diss records. They coming at a rapid pace. How y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feeling. A ton of videos dropping today. So make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new. I'm signing out, y'all. Love.